Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. US government unveiled charges against Iranian hackers targeting Trump. Trump met Zelensky in New York, promised quick end to Ukraine war. NYC Mayor Adams pleaded not guilty to federal corruption charges. NYC Mayor and school's chancellor announced big changes to school application process. Governor Hochul announced completion of 111 million coastal resilience project on Staten Island. Helene devastates Florida as Category 4 storm, 25 killed and power outages spread. Maggie Smith, beloved star of Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, dies at 89. Young Americans and Arab Israelis unite against war crimes in Israel. Dr. Yunus calls for international support for a new era in Bangladesh. Shigeru Ishiba elected as Japan's next prime minister. Trademark dispute arises over Tiger Woods' new logo. And Swiss cyclist Muriel Ferrer passes away after a World Championship crash. You are listening to Headlines, now news in detail. US prosecutors charged 3 Iranian hackers for allegedly targeting Donald Trump's presidential campaign. The hackers, identified as Masoud Jalili, Saeed Ali Aghamiri, and Yasser Balaghi, worked for Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. They used spear phishing attacks to steal campaign information and tried to send it to media outlets. The indictment outlined 18 charges, including wire fraud, identity theft, and hacking conspiracy. US officials believe the attacks started in May 2024. The hackers aimed to create chaos in the US election process by leaking stolen data. The US government offered a $10 million reward for information on the hackers, and the Treasury Department imposed new sanctions. Attorney General Merrick Garland stated that foreign powers will not decide US elections. The hackers allegedly targeted both Trump's and Joe Biden's campaigns, but Biden's team did not respond to the attempts. The investigation is ongoing and federal agencies are working to secure future elections from foreign interference. Former President Donald Trump met with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky at Trump Tower in New York. Trump promised to end the war between Russia and Ukraine quickly if he wins the 2024 US election. He said he had a good relationship with both Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Zelensky, who visited the US for the UN General Assembly, hoped for better relations with Trump compared to Putin. Trump responded by saying that peace requires cooperation from both sides. Trump has been critical of US aid to Ukraine, while Zelensky criticized Trump for not understanding how to stop the war. After their meeting, Trump told Fox News that he learned a lot and believed the war could end soon with a fair deal. Trump later posted on Truth Social, claiming that if he becomes president again, the war will end quickly. He also warned that without his leadership, the war could turn into World War III. New York City Mayor Eric Adams pleaded not guilty to federal corruption and bribery charges in a Manhattan courtroom. Adams was accused of taking over $100,000 in free plane tickets and hotel stays from wealthy Turkish nationals. The charges include bribery, conspiracy, and wire fraud. During his court appearance, Adams said confidently, "I am not guilty, Your Honor." The judge ordered him not to contact witnesses involved in the case. Adams was released without posting bail, and his next court date is scheduled for Wednesday, October 2nd. Adams' lawyer called the case shaky and announced plans to file a motion to dismiss. Outside the courthouse, Adams gave a thumbs up to a small crowd but avoided further comments. The indictment alleged that Adams received travel benefits in exchange for political favors, including helping a Turkish consulate building. Despite these charges, Adams vowed to fight them and remain in office. Several politicians have called for his resignation, but others, including Governor Kathy Hochul, have not joined the demand. New York City Mayor Eric Adams and school's Chancellor David C. Banks announced important updates to the middle and high school application process. These changes aim to make it easier for families to apply to schools. First, families can now apply to any middle school citywide without district limits. Second, students can apply to as many high schools as they want, removing the previous limit of 12 schools. Finally, new technology will give families better information on their chances of getting into a school. These changes were made after listening to feedback from parents, educators, and other stakeholders. Adams said the updates will expand opportunities for students across the city. Chancellor Banks agreed, noting that the changes will make the admissions process more transparent and accessible. Starting this fall, high school applicants will see a new feature in the My Schools app that shows their chances of admission to different programs. Mayor Adams emphasized that these changes will help ensure more fairness and access for all New York City students. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Governor Kathy Hochul announced the completion of the $111 million Living Breakwaters project on Staten Island aimed at reducing storm damage and erosion along Tottenville's shoreline. The 2,400-foot breakwater structure, which was designed to protect the community from future storms like Superstorm Sandy in 2012, is expected to help shield homes and businesses from wave damage while restoring the coastline. The project, funded mainly by HUD's $97 million Community Development Block Grant, includes submerged stone structure to slow waves and erosion. It also promotes marine life by creating habitats for wildlife like crabs, fish, and birds. Live oyster installation is expected by 2027. Governor Hochul highlighted New York's leadership in climate resilience, noting that extreme weather has become the new normal. The project complements the state's efforts to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, with initiatives to cut greenhouse gas emissions and foster renewable energy. The project was developed by Escape Landscape Architecture, working with local and state agencies. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and other officials praised the initiative's impact on reducing storm risks and protecting the local ecosystem. Hurricane Helene caused massive destruction across the southeast after making landfall in Florida as a Category 4 storm late Thursday, September 26. The storm killed at least 25 people and left millions without power. Florida's Big Bend region faced the worst damage, with floodwaters reaching over 15 feet in some areas. In Perry, officials urged people to evacuate, but some stayed behind. Rescues began as soon as the storm passed. Clearwater saw homes burn and rescuers faced challenges due to flooding. Georgia reported 11 deaths, including a first responder. Florida had 7 fatalities, including 2 drowning victims. North Carolina saw 2 deaths, including a 4-year-old child in a car accident. South Carolina reported 5 deaths, mostly from falling trees. Over 4.3 million people lost power across Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Crews have started restoring electricity but warned that full recovery may take days. Helene, now a tropical depression, continues to move north, bringing risks of flooding and tornadoes to the Carolinas and southern Virginia. President Biden declared emergencies in 5 states to help with recovery efforts. Young Americans, Arab Israelis, and dual nationals raised their voices against the actions of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. They condemned his focus on maintaining power over the safety of citizens. Many felt that the ongoing violence led to deaths and destruction, impacting families, businesses, and communities. Since October 7, 2023, daily life in many cities has been disrupted by the conflict. Critics pointed out that groups like Hamas, along with Israeli and American armed forces, were responsible for the suffering of innocent people. Protesters called for an end to the violence and urged all parties to address what they described as a corrupt regime. Activists demanded that international leaders, including those from the UN and the US, come together to seek peace. They stressed the need for a political solution that would allow Israelis and Americans to return safely from conflict zones, including Gaza. Many called for a change in leadership through elections and advocated for accountability for war crimes, suggesting that those responsible should face justice. This news was sent by Millennium News 24 representative Grant Merchant. Now it's time for global updates. Maggie Smith, the celebrated actress known for her roles in Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, died on Friday, September 27, at the age of 89. Her sons, Chris Larkin and Toby Stephens, announced her passing, stating she died peacefully in a hospital surrounded by family. Throughout her nearly 7-decade career, Smith became a beloved figure in British cinema and theatre. She won 2 Academy Awards for her performances in the prime of Miss Jane Brody and California Suite. Smith also earned numerous Emmy Awards, including 3 for her role as Violet Crowley in Downton Abbey. Born on December 28, 1934 in Ilford, East London, she began her acting career in the 1950s. She gained international fame as Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter films and became iconic for her role in Downton Abbey, where she portrayed the witty Dowager Countess. Her sons share that she leaves behind 2 children and 5 grandchildren who will miss her dearly. Smith's legacy will live on through her remarkable performances and contributions to the arts. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus urged the global community to engage with a new Bangladesh focused on freedom and democracy. Speaking at the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York, he highlighted the crucial role of the youth in gaining independence from an autocratic regime. Professor Yunus reflected on the anti-discrimination student movement that transformed into a people's movement, emphasizing the power of ordinary citizens standing against oppression and injustice. He acknowledged that over 800 lives were lost during the struggle against the autocratic regime. He stated that Bangladesh was founded on values of liberalism, pluralism, and secularism. He praised the Generation Z for inspiring a re-examination of these core beliefs, just as the previous generations fought for the Bengali language in 1952. Professor Yunus expressed hope that the recent monsoon revolution in Bangladesh could motivate others worldwide to fight for freedom and justice. He called for Bangladesh to be recognized as a responsive and responsible nation among global peers. Shigeru Ishiba was elected as the new leader of Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, paving the way for him to become the country's next prime minister. The 67-year-old veteran politician won against his rival Sanae Takaichi in a runoff election held at the LDP headquarters in Tokyo, securing 215 votes to her 194. Ishiba's election followed outgoing Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's decision not to seek re-election amid scandals and declining approval ratings. Kishida emphasized the need for new leadership to revitalize the LDP. In his victory speech, Ishiba called for a more compassionate Japan, promising to restore public trust in the LDP. He emphasized the importance of protecting Japan's local communities and citizens. Despite his popularity, Ishiba's path to leadership came after other candidates, including Shinichiro Koizumi, were eliminated in earlier rounds. Ishiba, a defense expert, aims to tackle rising living costs and security challenges posed by China and North Korea. The pursuit of Japan's first female prime minister continues as Takaichi's campaign highlighted the gender gap in political representation. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. A trademark dispute emerged regarding Tiger Woods' new logo for his Sunday Red Golf apparel line. Tiger Air, a company specializing in cooling products for athletes, filed a notice of opposition with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The company claims that Woods and Sunday Red unlawfully used Tiger Air's design in their branding. Tiger Air's court filing stated that the actions of SDR, TaylorMade, and Tiger Woods blatantly ignore Tiger Air's long-standing protected mark, violate intellectual property laws, and create consumer confusion. TaylorMade Golf, which operates Sunday Red, expressed confidence in their trademarks, asserting that the brand launched in May has been well received in the North American market. Woods, known for wearing red on Sundays, designed the logo to honor his 15 major championships. A spokesperson for Woods declined to comment on the issue, but Woods and his team have 40 days to respond to the notice. Trademark attorney George Kerben mentioned that the dispute might delay Woods' trademark application, but it is unlikely to impact the production of the apparel line. Swiss teenage cyclist Muriel Ferrer tragically died a day after suffering a severe head injury in a crash at the World Championships in Zurich. The 18-year-old fell during the women's junior road race, which took place in driving rain. She was airlifted to Zurich University Hospital in a very critical condition. The Union Cyclist International confirmed her death, stating, "The international cycling community loses a rider with a bright future ahead of her." Ferrer had recently won silver medals in both the junior time trial and road race at the Swiss National Championship. Swiss Cycling expressed their sorrow, saying, "Our hearts are broken. There is no understanding, only pain and sadness." UCI President David Lapierre also shared his condolences with her family, friends, and teammates. Investigations into the crash are underway as Ferrer fell in a forested area above Kuznach near Lake Zurich. The World Championship will continue with scheduled races on a Saturday and Sunday amid growing concerns about safety in cycling. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,501.22. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 10.50 points or 0.00%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,829.56. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 903.93 points or 2.32%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,087.53. The Shanghai index is increased by 86.58 points or 2.89%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,632.30. The Hang Seng index is increased by 707.72 points or 3.55%. Bombay stock close price is 85,571.85. The Sensex index is decreased by 264.27 points or 0.31%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. US government unveiled charges against Iranian hackers targeting Trump. Trump met Zelensky in New York, promised quick end to Ukraine war. NYC Mayor Adams pleaded not guilty to federal corruption charges. NYC Mayor and school's chancellor announced big changes to school application process. Governor Hochul announced completion of 111 million coastal resilience project on Staten Island. Helene devastates Florida as Category 4 storm, 25 killed and power outages spread. Maggie Smith, beloved star of Harry Potter and Downton Abbey, dies at 89. Young Americans and Arab Israelis unite against war crimes in Israel. Dr. Yunus calls for international support for a new era in Bangladesh. Shigeru Ishiba elected as Japan's next prime minister. Trademark dispute arises over Tiger Woods' new logo. And Swiss cyclist Muriel Ferrer passes away after a World Championship crash. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV. And also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.